Hello guys, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Today I would like to cover a really popular topic. We have received so many requests and questions to cover this topic, what it is like. So today finally I'm speaking about pickup. How to pick up Ukrainian ladies. From the very beginning I want to tell you that I hate the term pickup. So I will try to contradict the term pickup to the term approaching Ukrainian ladies, and I believe it is better to learn how to approach Ukrainian ladies and not to pick up. So usually in my videos I love giving examples, sharing stories that happen to our clients, but today I will actually share a story that has happened to me. Actually, it has happened to me today. I was sitting in the restaurant, I was having a lunch meeting with a lady, and hopefully I will introduce her to our male client. He's a great guy and she's a great lady. So while waiting for her, I was digging into my phone, I was checking social media, and then I have overheard two guys sitting behind me talking. They were two Ukrainian gentlemen, and one of them said that, oh, like she's hot, and the other said that, but she has a wedding band, like she's married. And then another voice said that I still will approach her. So for 10 minutes they were negotiating whether they will approach me or not, and finally one of them has arrived in front of me, in front of my table, and instead of asking me if he can have a seat, he has placed himself really comfortably on the empty chair in front of me. Well, that was not very nice. And his first phrase to me was, "Do you know Katerina? Are you a friend of her?" And I've told him, smiling really politely, that no, I don't know Ekaterina. And he went totally mute, because his plan was not working anymore. His pickup line was supposed to bring up another reaction from me. I was supposed to ask him, like, who is Ekaterina, which Katerina, and then we would have built a dialogue. But instead of that, I've told him that I don't know Ekaterina. And I could tell that he was disappointed, he didn't feel comfortable, he didn't know what to say and to do. He has returned back to his table, and the guy has asked him, like, is she as hot up close as she is from the distance? That was really weird, and for 10 minutes they were discussing it. So guys, let's discuss why the strategy of this gentleman was not working, why it was a failure from the very beginning. First of all, remember that girls do have ears, and when you are discussing them with other guys on the phone, they can hear you. So even before you have approached a lady, she has jumped into conclusion that, wow, I don't want to go out with him, like he can't decide to approach me or not, he's discussing me with his friend, usually not in the polite way. No. Second, if you approach the lady and she is sitting at the restaurant elsewhere, do not place yourself in front of her on the chair. It doesn't show that you are super confident or you are such an alpha male. It shows that you are actually rude and really bad-mannered. You have to start a small talk, and only after a small talk, after you have won a smile out of the lady, you can ask her if you can have a seat. And if she says yes, then you can place yourself on a chair in front of her. If you place yourself in front of her, if you have taken a seat without asking for a permission and without getting it, I can give you a 95% guarantee that you won't get not only her phone number but even her name. So I have shared with you a story about a really unsuccessful pickup. And now I would like to share with you a story about successful approaching of a Ukrainian lady. I have witnessed this story. I was not a participant of it, but it has happened right in front of my eyes. I was having a lunch at the popular lunch place, and I love sitting at lunch places with my computer because such places give me lots of inspiration for our blogs and vlogs. So while working on the article, I have noticed the table of ladies. They were sitting on the right from me. There were three ladies, really well dressed, and I could tell that they have just left one of the offices nearby, and this lunch place is located in the business center, so there are many beautiful new buildings, many new offices. They were laughing. Ladies were in the middle 30s, I would tell, but really good looking, really well dressed. They were having lunch, laughing, enjoying themselves. And on the left from me sat the table with two gentlemen. I would say early 40s, late 30s, and they also were concerned by the conversation. One of the gentlemen on the left has paid attention to one of the ladies at the table, so he was trying to make an eye contact with her. He tried several times, and He managed to catch her eyes, but she has swiftly returned to her friends, and by doing this, she has showed him that she doesn't have much interest. We all know that if you have managed to do the eye contact with the lady and if she has smiled back to you, this is the signal that you can approach her. If you have made the eye contact but she has turned away or she hadn't smiled to you, no inviting smile, then you should know that it was a signal that she is not ready to be approached, she doesn't want to be approached, so it's not the best idea to try to come and talk to her. This gentleman, though, tried several times to catch her eyes. It didn't work, and he has decided to change his strategy. Ladies have finished their lunch and they have asked the waiter to bring the bill, but the waiter said that that gentleman on the left has already paid for their lunch, for all three of them. Of course, the lady that was the center of attention of the other table has made eye contact with that gentleman. He smiled to her, so he has proven that he was the one who foot the bill. She stood up and she walked up to the table of the gentleman to thank for footing the bill for the lunch. By footing that bill, the gentleman has changed his strategy and he has changed the rules of the game. Now, not he was approaching the table of the ladies, but the lady was approaching their table. So now he was playing on his territory, and it was she who has decided to stand up and to walk to his table. The lady has smiled to the gentleman, she has thanked him for attention, she has thanked him for paying the bill for the lunch, and he has asked straight away if she would like to have a dinner with him later on the same evening at 7 p.m. She smiled approvingly, and then she has taken his phone from the table and she has dialed her phone number there. Do you see what he has done? No, he hasn't given her some vague invitation like let's have dinner or coffee one day. He has asked her out straight away on the same day, out on dinner, and he has specified the time, 7 p.m. So it's not too easy to decline such an invitation when you know the date and the exact time. It's so much easier to decline the invitation when somebody tells you that let's have a dinner, like one day, someday, ever. 7 p.m. it's like the best way. You give her the time and you give her the exact day, and the chances that she will say yes are so much higher. Why it was a smart move to make her come to his table? First of all, there were three ladies at the table, and if he was the one to approach them, he would have to win over not one lady but three of them. Guys, it's a very popular rule and it works in all countries. If there are two ladies or three ladies at the table and you are approaching them, even if you are interested in one of them, you have to be charming and you have to be sweet to all three of them. Because if you're really charming and sweet to one of them but kind of rude and you don't pay enough attention to the other two ladies or to the other lady, well, the chances that after you leave, the friends of the girl would look at her and tell her that he is not that great. And even if the lady is like super smart and super confident, the opinion of your friends will matter, because at the end of the day we all doubt ourselves, and probably if she thought that from the first impression you were like a good guy but you were not too attentive to your friends and they didn't like you that much, well, chances that she will go out with you are kind of slim. So by footing that bill, not only has changed the rules of the game and now she had to approach him, also he has cutted that company, he has cutted the sleeves, the piece that he wanted, and now she, just one lady, was standing next to him, and now his task was to win just one lady. And of course, in the eyes of all ladies in that restaurant who have witnessed that situation, everybody wanted to be in the position of the lady who has caught the attention of that gentleman, because by footing that bill he has made her feel special. He could have chosen any lady at the restaurant, but he has chosen that lady. So in his eyes, she was probably most beautiful, most interesting. And by the way, when she has approached him, he told her that, in my opinion, you are the most beautiful lady in this restaurant. He didn't tell her that, wow, you are the most beautiful, in my opinion, because he didn't want to offend her friends. And I'm quite sure when she has returned to her table, her friends would tell that, wow, like that was impressive, you should definitely go out with him. So he has won not only one lady, but her friends also. And chances that after she has returned to her office with her friends, probably from work, that they will keep bugging her that you should go out with him, you should tell us later how it all went, are like quite high. Can you tell that this guy in the second scenario, in the second story, was actually picking her up? No, he was approaching her. He was showing her that he has interest and he would like to see her, he would like to ask her out. And he has won her. Of course, we don't know how their date will actually go, if he would be as charming, as creative during the date, but at the end of the day, he has won. He has won the telephone number and her name. And now he can bring his game on. The guy in the first story not only has chosen to approach a married woman, but he did everything wrong by placing himself, by choosing the really lame pickup line, and by being not creative and charming. So guys, if you will try to approach Ukrainian girls, not only you have to keep in mind that you are a foreigner, and in these scenarios I have described to you stories about Ukrainian gentlemen. So if you will try to approach a lady, you have to be like super polite and sweet, because being a foreigner can be both an advantage and a disadvantage for you. Don't forget that smile is international, and the chances that the lady will give you her phone number and will say yes to the invitation on the date would be higher if you would be smiling, if you would be sincere. Don't use standard pickup lines, because girls can sense them, can feel them, and they are a huge turn off. I wish you only a successful approach in Ukrainian ladies or other ladies, any international ladies. I wish you love. Svetlana Mukha from Diolli.com.